What's good, man? Trayblac in the building. We about to turn it up a notch, man, and chop it up. What's good, man? Trayblac in the building. We about to turn it up a notch, man, and chop it up. Come holler at your boy one time. We in the building.
Turn me up!
We be going over time. We be going over time.
What them haters are saying. Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
They gon' make me ride on this one, nigga.
We be going over
Get
time.
'em.
We be going over time. We be going over time.
Hey, tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Y'all gon' make me come out.
Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
So when you do your promotion, like, or your when you make your trailers, do you add the music or how do you?
There's usually like background music, but I put it low in the mix so that you can actually like hear.
So I can give you a song like, hey, we're gonna use this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
give you a
we
song
can do
like, man, I want you to, put this one behind it.
Yeah.
Or however you do, like, let this be the music behind it.
yeah, yeah. We could do that.
Yeah. You gotta listen to your questions.
Nope.
You just be freestyling.
It.
You just go where we go.
What's up, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Sos Dior. I got my man Trayblac in the building. So, yeah, we can just get started. So go ahead and ask your question.
No.
we that's the whole point. We live in the
Let me
fact.
ask you this then.
Yeah.
How you feel about the last song we did?
Oh, for E? Eat, well, that's a great question. I like Eat because Eat, okay, without digressing too much, the reason I like Eat was because a lot of people gave Kendrick his props for like being able to get like Bloods and Crips together to be able to do the song. For me, it's kind of like, well, he's not the only one who's trying to get people to unite and make movements. So for me, I really like Eat because for people who know about Eat, they know like, hey, we did it first. Kendrick might have got his out on a major platform first, but we actually did it first and the shit's slapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need more promotion behind it, and part of that has been just I've been in the process of trying to get all these projects finished, so I haven't had a chance to really get into the promotion aspect. So it was like we dropped it, but I need to promote it now. But honestly, like I think what we did is a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Because like the approach that we took for it wasn't just, hey, I got Bloods and Crips on the track together, as much as it was like the movement that we're creating behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we told a story when we did it, like we robbing the chain, we eating, we about to put on for our city, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get the wrong idea. You know what I'm saying? So like,
that's a fact.
So like for me, like I think people who don't understand it are judgmental about it because they're like, oh, they on that gangster shit. But it's like, no, you gotta understand what's important about that gangster shit. Like there's a movement behind it.
So as an artist though, somebody that does music and you wear many hats.
Yeah.
Like, where do you place yourself? When you go in there and you do what you do, like, where do you place yourself? Where do you see yourself? Because there's all these different genres and there's all these different categories people will put you in.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, bro, I see myself here. This is what like, where do you see yourself?
Man, honestly, I'm trying to be in a category like Prince and MJ and
I have no category.
I don't. I really don't, and that's why I was just talking to Mama D about it, but I reached out to my high school and was like, hey, I want to shoot a part of a video at my high school, and my high school turned me down and was like, we don't like the image that you're trying to create, and I'm like, I have 4 videos out right now.
Right.
E, Block Villain, Highways, and I forget the fourth one, but long story short, the high school was like, well, we don't like the branding that you're trying to create. And so for me, I took it kind of personal because I'm like, you're not basing it off of where I'm trying to go, you're basing it off of what I've done in the past. And nobody on earth has a clean slate. So for you to judge me and not give me an opportunity when I'm an alumni of this school, do you really think I would reach out to you and be like, hey, can I work with you on this project if it was going to degrade your brand? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to degrade your brand. I'm trying to incorporate your brand and unite it. But they want to judge me off of my past stuff. So whatever it is, they didn't tell me. But there's only 4 that they can judge me off of. They didn't judge it off the podcast. They judged it off of my music videos. And because I sent them the links for all my podcasts and everything, and they still, you know. So to your point, like, yeah, like, I have an EDM project that's coming out. It's called Sapphire. You know, it's all like up-tempo music. Like, there's like hardly any words on the project, but you know, like, so yeah. To your point, like, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm not a rapper. Honestly, I don't even. I mean, I guess most people would
Definitely a rapper.
You know, well, but rappers don't sing. Rappers don't sing though. So, well, because it's not that they can't. They just typically don't. But to your point, yeah.
So, just feel like I'm doing it.
No,
I'm just coming up with questions.
No.
And I end up like, are you tripping? This good?
No.
So,
but with that being said, like, that's the whole point of Chop It Up. It's not one person. It's like really we just
go back and forth.
Yeah. But with that being said, like, I know like your song Wrong Idea is starting to get some play. How did you guys come up with that? Like, was it like did you call Fat, or like how did you guys end up working on that track?
Actually, like, I had already done this song probably, I don't know, maybe a year ago.
Okay.
And I'm in the studio, I'm just working. You know, I'm listening to beats, I'm doing what I do. And I knew that I never put a second verse on there because I already knew I was going to put somebody on there. I just didn't know who. I didn't know. I was like, okay, it's more of a, family song. It's more of a, personal song. So it was like, all right, well, probably going to put one of my cousins on there, somebody that's close to me. Or, I didn't know.
Right.
I just sort of left it like that. And then Black got to chopping it up, and I sent it to him, and he did what he did, and it was just like, that was perfect. Because sometimes I don't need a second verse. I need somebody else on here.
Right.
I need to hear somebody else on here. I need somebody else to understand where I'm going with it and be able to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
And it was just like, damn. So I just had it, just the verse, the hook, all the stuff, and then like I said, me and Black got to chopping it up. We've been going back and forth. And I said, I'm singing some tracks. Just do what you do. Listen to them. If you like them, you like them. If you don't like them, that's fine. Just do whatever you do. And that's what he sent back. So, like, yeah, I really do like The Wrong Idea. I really do like the way he did what he did. And it just all came together. So,
do you guys have a visual in mind for it, or what are you guys gonna do?
I mean, honestly, like, he literally just did this maybe 2 weeks ago. Like, literally, maybe 2 weeks ago, I did like 2 or 3 tracks. He sent me, did like 2 or 3 tracks, and we just been listening. And really, Monet, she always be asking for music because they doing their thing, they be pushing their. So I was like, let me just send it and see what people think. So I just sent it. I ain't even mastered nothing. I just sent it to her, like, man, play this. And people, the response on it was like, oh man, we like that. That shit's cool, So. It's like, all right, we're gonna go from there and see what happens. I don't know. We got some shows coming up next month in April, so we definitely gonna work when he comes. We already talked about that. So we'll be in the studio. We'll be in your studio. Trust me, I'll be knocking on that door. Open the door, bro. We here. We're gonna be here, so be ready. We're definitely gonna work.
Well, no, I was just thinking that like you guys really need a visual for that, because like I think a lot of the song's already hot. But to have a visual behind it, I think would be even nicer, because then people can really like fuck with it, heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
the visual always gonna bring it to life. It gives it a different dynamic when you can put a visual to something, and then if the visual is right, it explains the song more. Right. Makes it more understanding. So we haven't really talked about it. Like, we haven't got really nothing set in plan, but I've already set up studio sessions, trying to holler at a couple people about videos. Because when he does come up here, I want us to work. I want us to get the business, because we got a bunch of songs too. Right? We got to put some visuals to a lot of this stuff. And nowadays, you got to put a visual to everything. You got to work. That's part of the working process. You got to be out there. You got to be working. And we all know when you got a good song, the visual just enhances it. Yeah. Especially if you got the right person to shoot it. They understand the concept. They understand the vision. It just heightens it. 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? They do it right. It's like eat. Eat wouldn't have been Eat. Then we put the visual with it. We rocking the train. We running. We going over here. It just changes. It gives it a whole other dynamic. You like, oh, I really like it now.
Yeah.
You know, more than if I just heard it. So you know, we worked it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So so albums wise, like I know you was working on an album. What's going on with the album? Where like are you releasing? Are you still holding off? Or there's been rumors of you working on a Black and Black project. So
well, you know, me and Black we talking about it, but I mean, really right now I think I'm focused on the Trayblac show.
okay.
That is the main thing that I'm focusing on. The Trayblac show has a lot of different people that's going to be involved in it. So that's like my focus right now, the Trayblac show. Along with True Love and Pain, which is the first volume of the first album I put out about 2 years ago. But the Trayblac show is the focus, and I'm just working on that. I'm really trying to put that together. I'm trying to get different people, different looks, different ideas, you know, and I want to be able to perform it. I want to be able to go anywhere, do it live bands, do all that. I want it to be that type of album, and I want it to be honest. You know, I want to give you, you know, all. I'm gonna give you my bullshit, and I'm gonna give you my fly shit. You know, so yeah, I just, you know, that's my focus right now, the Trayblac show.
Okay.
And I want to take that shit wherever I go. I want to be able to, you know, bring people along with me. I want to be able to showcase other talent. I want to be able to see how I work. So even like the behind the stages, like us doing this, this is all part of the Trayblac show. Saying like, this is the mission, is to build something that's like, it's something that bigger than me. It's not just about me. It's about the walk. It's about the journey. It's about the people that surround me. It's just about the struggle, the hustle, the movement, and like everybody else's movement. It's all a part of the show. So that's my focus right now.
So do you have a release date for it, or is it just a work in progress right now?
It's just a work in progress right now. I got a lot of songs. I think really it's just creating the platform. How do I want to put it out? What does it look like? What separates you from everybody else? Because you know, the songs coming out every day.
Yeah.
Every day there's thousands of rappers, and so what are you doing that separates you? You ain't got to be the best rapper, but what are you doing that separates you from everybody else?
Yeah.
What are you doing that is different? So I'm trying to find that lane.
So right now, what has been like your go-to that separates you from other artists right now that's working for you? Like not necessarily your secret sauce, but like for all the like artists that are listening, like what is that like what is your like little tip for them that like to help them like separate themselves? So like
I think the one thing you gotta always do is just stay true to who you are.
yeah.
That's it. Start right there. Stay true to who you are. Whatever you do, and you know it, like, I only talk about what I know. That's it. I can't talk about what somebody else knows or what's going on over here or this lifestyle over here. I can only talk about what I know. And I said, if anybody stays true to that, one, it's always gonna come off, people gonna believe it, they're gonna feel it.
Right.
Because it's you being honest.
Yeah.
I don't care if you just want to talk about relationships. That might just be your lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might want to talk about gang shit. That really might be what you on. You know, or you might want to talk about just hustling and grinding and being a family man. There's nothing wrong with you staying in your lane and talking about what you know and nothing else.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I stick with it. Like all my music is honest. When you listen to it, it's like, man, I'm giving you my true love and pain. I'm not talking about something I ain't never did. I'm not talking about anything that is outside of how I live every day. I'm talking about where I came from, who I am, what I'm trying to be, and where I'm trying to go. So long as I stay in them lanes, man, I'm always gonna be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody listen, they gonna feel it. They gonna be like, oh, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I had to work a job, do this, do that. Nigga, hustle over here, make a move over here. Nigga, that's what I'm rapping about.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about nothing else. So that's my secret, if it is a secret.
Yeah.
That's my secret.
Well, I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, like I feel like they're missing that because like when you hear songs, for example, like if we were to go pick a playlist right now off of Apple Music, the shit all sounds the same.
Right.
Because they're trying to be what they're not, in the sense of, hey, well, let me go pick this style of beat because this is what's hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, the wave.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, for me, I'm like, fuck all that shit. I ain't doing none of that shit. You ain't gonna hear me on none of that type of shit out right now. Like, literally, this whole backdrop that you're looking at actually was a part of a music video that I was shooting for a song called Fake, where literally I'm sitting there rapping to a puppet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people be like, yo, this nigga crazy. He's sitting there.
Right.
He got a video where he's rapping to a puppet. Yeah, nigga, I got that shit coming out, because it's different when you see it and you're like, oh, he really got this fake, like, the
concept.
Yeah, the concept of it is, I'm talking about people being fake, and literally I'm sitting here talking to a fake puppet. You know what I'm saying?
Person.
You know?
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that's missing with music right now. Like, nobody's being original.
Right.
Nobody's, like, being honest, everybody's just trying to follow a trend.
Yeah.
When you follow a trend, you don't separate yourself from nobody. So yeah, you might, follow the trend. You might get a hot song. You might, come up with a great hook and it go for you. But the stay power ain't gonna be the same. So we wonder why, like, the Scarfaces, the Ice Cubes, and the Jay-Z's and all these different people that have been around for all these years. You wonder why. It's easy. They stayed true to what they was talking about, what they knew.
Right.
You know, they didn't follow no trend.
Yeah.
And there's billions of people in the world. I don't think everybody like me, but I know there's 100,000, 1 million people out here that they go, oh, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
So you just stay true to that, and then you find the people that fuck with that, and you stick with that move. Instead of trying to, you want to follow the trend, you're going to fall like all the trends. They come,
That part.
and then they go.
Yep.
And then now they on to something else. And last year it was this, now it's this. We used to wear these, now we don't wear them no more. So, but if you stay honest and stay true to who you are, you never got to worry about that.
Yeah.
You can just keep moving.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that too, because, like, one trend I noticed was, like, they bringing the Cortez back, but they ain't bringing the fat laces back. I'm like, what the fuck type of shit is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing about the Cortez is the G-Nikes, they never went nowhere. They've always been here. They're a staple.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now you got all this other shit that then came. You got I don't know, all these, you can name a million different shoes and all these different things came. But the G-Nikes, nigga, they've been the G-Nikes, nigga. You gonna see them right next to everything else.
Yeah.
They ain't never went nowhere. They stay true to who they are. They ain't trying to change their brand. So that's what in music.
Yeah.
If you are who you are and you do what you do in a way where only you can do that, well, you ain't never gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
Because there's only one of you. But
Yeah.
if you try to sound like everybody else, you try to keep up with the trends and, everybody's doing this, so now I'm gonna go rent this car and do this and do this and do that. Oh, okay, you might get a little traction. She's gonna fade off.
Yeah.
Because you didn't bring no substance. You didn't bring nothing to the table. You didn't do nothing that set you aside from everybody else. So, that's what I tell anybody. Anybody asks me about music, anything, man, you better stay true to who you are. Talk about what you know. Talk about what you really feel in your heart. Because if you do that, the people gonna feel it, and you'll always have a lane. You'll always have a lane. You'll always have a lane.
So speaking of lanes, what did you think about the Kendrick move at the Super Bowl? Like, with all the, like, subliminals that he was sending people. Like, I have my personal take on Kendrick and the Super Bowl, but what was your thoughts about it, seeing another artist perform at the halftime show? Like, what was your take on it? Good, bad?
Well, first and foremost, this is the thing, is that the fact that Kendrick was able to even be there. You know how many years I've been watching the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
You don't see nobody look like us. So I don't care who was up there. If it's us, it's us. That's the first thing. So Kendrick doing this thing, I like how like I said, he stood in his lane. He stood on his business. He held tight to who he was and how he wanted the world to see him. He was on the biggest stage in the world, and he stood on who he was. I can't do nothing but respect that. Like, that was dope. Everything that he did, everything meant something. And if you pay attention, you understood all the way from what's his name, Samuel Jackson. Everything meant something.
Right.
It all tied into something. So it's like, okay, you might not have felt like, oh, it wasn't a party. But I seen it from a perspective like, man, that man came out there and stood on business, man, and he put the world on notice about what he's on.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at him at all.
Yeah.
At all. I ain't mad at him at all. I thought that shit was dope. And he talked this shit. Like, he talked this shit. And they was trying to shut it down. So.
Yeah, we, cause I have some debates with like people about it, cause like, for me, like hearing it from your perspective, like, thank you for the insight. Cause for me, like, as an artist, I struggle with it because we're talking, we're talking about being true to ourselves in our lane. For me, I feel like you always have a point in your career where you're at your prime, and then you kind of have this like where you kind of fall off. So to give you an example, like Naughty by Nature, they're not in their prime. They still tour, they still do shows, but they always have to perform that one song, right? Like they have to perform OPP or they have to perform Hip Hop Parade, right? So you always have
multiple songs.
Right.
They got multiple hits.
Yeah. But my point was like they have to go back and always relive those same songs. So for me as an artist, knowing Kendrick's in his prime now, when he's not in his prime, to still have to perform Not Like Us, that's where for me, like I struggle with it because I'm like, as an artist, I don't want to be remembered for making a diss record. That was my #1 hit record. Mm-hmm. I want to have it where people remember me for whatever my other songs were. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's cool to have a diss record, but in my opinion, I feel like I wouldn't want a diss record to be my #1 hit record that people are going to be like, every time I do a show from now till the day I turn 80, oh, well, we want you to perform that one. I don't want to perform that one. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where like the debate kind of became a thing because it was.
But when you think about it, if you already was a Kendrick fan,
yeah.
then Not Like Us really ain't nothing.
Right.
If you already was a Kendrick fan, because he has a catalog of cuts.
Right.
So if you already like the Kendrick, you really probably looking at that like he really dumbed it down. If you really think about it, he really dumbed down and made it very clear and understandable. That's why it was so powerful because it was direct.
Yeah.
It was just like Pac was hitting up. It wasn't no subliminals. Everything was direct, straight to your face. You knew what time it was. But if you really knew what time it was, if you really listen to Kendrick, there's other music. It's a little more, it's a little more complex. Like he really says things. You have to think about it. You have to listen to him and hear that song 2 or 3 times and like, oh, that's what he meant when he said this. So really, he dumbed it down to do Not Like Us. If you ask me.
Yeah.
And it was easy, like I don't think it'll be necessary. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look what he did. He took down somebody he did some crazy shit. That was crazy. How that track in itself. That was wild. So, that's gonna be one of the things that he's, but when you look at his catalog and you really listen to him, you realize like he dumbed it down to do that song.
Right.
Like you even listen to his other diss tracks, the other ones he had, I don't remember the names, Euphoria and all the ones. Like you had to listen.
Right.
You're like, oh, this nigga going in, he really talking shit. If you listen to Not Like Us,
it's like one of the most simple.
It's simple when you, especially coming from him.
Right.
That's what I mean. So coming from him, we like,
yeah,
that was really simple. He really just went in and he was simple about it and he killed him. I don't really think Not Like Us is just gonna be. It's always gonna be a stable because of who it was directed to.
Yeah.
Drake, like, come on, man, he really kind of took down somebody who was as big as like Elvis and all these motherfuckers. Like Drake is that big.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to take him down and then perform that live, and you got, man, they had Disneyland playing Not Like Us. Bro, you in trouble.
So. Not off topic on that, but there's been rumors that really say like Drake actually won the beef between the two of them, but Kendrick got more publicity from it. What's your thoughts on that?
If you ask me, I don't think Drake ever won any of his battles. I don't think he won against Meek Mill. I don't think he won against Pusha T. I just think he had the machine behind him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And now the machine ain't behind him. He just regular. You got ate up. You was just regular out here. You wasn't who you thought you was. So now you pulling white boy moves. Now you pulling weird moves. Just say it though. That's my opinion. Like I don't think he won none of them battles.
Yeah.
I don't think he won with Pusha T. I just think he had the, he got the machine. When you got a machine, it's just like, come on, bro. If you're an independent artist and I'm signed to Sony, and I put out a record and you put out a record, obviously, nigga, I'm gonna have the most action.
Right.
I got the machine behind me.
Right.
They're gonna push me. They're gonna do all the things. The machine went against him this time. I ain't gonna sue him. I ain't doing all this other shit.
That's crazy too, because I heard he just got paid off of some lawsuit, and I was just like, I don't really follow all of that because I'm not really a Drake fan like that for my own reasons. I came out of West Canada, so I'm from Seattle, but when I first started, I came out of West Canada, so for me it was like Drake was like my arch.
You're from Canada?
No, I'm from Seattle. I'm born and raised in Seattle. I went to Canada to start my music career because Seattle wasn't fucking with me like that.
So in Canada, how do you think they feel?
Truthfully, I don't really ask people about it. They probably was like, hey, it is what it is just because he was Canadian, but I know like Rick Ross had trouble going into Canada at one point because he went into I think it was Toronto or somewhere and was acting a fool, and they was like, we ain't having it.
Do you think that was a weak move? What he's doing? Just the way he handled the whole rap beef. I don't care about the song, whatever. You had a good song, he had a better song. Yeah. That's just rap,
Right.
Somebody gotta lose. Somebody's gonna have a better song. But I'm just saying him in general and the way he's moving, the way he handled everything.
Like the lawsuits and stuff, like, I don't know. Like, well, it's funny you mention that because I actually have a song that's coming out where I actually am addressing Kendrick and Drake about it. But
you trying to get yourself in some shit, huh?
No.
I don't be jumping out there and fuck with the people if you ain't ready.
But for me though, like I took, you'd have to hear the track, but I'm addressing Drake because I'm like, Drake, you blew up out of convenience because I never got to where I was going. Because like a lot of people don't realize this, but like west of the Edmontons, like I was a household name. And it wasn't until I got kicked out of the country and came back to Seattle and I walked away from music that people don't hear about me anymore. So for example, like when you first met me, people was like, who the fuck is this? Like, where's, like he ain't shit, he ain't been in the scene, he ain't doing, they don't realize how big I was in Canada. I mean, and I was just talking to Mama D about this, like I had shows and I had my own tour called the Why You Hating Tour. I was selling out shows at 300 plus. I was making $75K a show as an independent back in the early 2000s on my own. And I wasn't signed to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so coming back through this time, it's like, when people are like, oh, he ain't shit, I'm like, yeah, that's because you don't know what I did. Right. I don't have anything to show because it's not on social media because I had to delete everything. I had to imagine going through Facebook and having to undelete every single person you know to get rid of 5,000 people. Like, that shit takes fucking forever. People don't realize that, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, this Sos guy, yeah, he's brand new. It's like, nah, bro, like, I had 15 albums out in my old catalog. I had 17 artists signed to my record label. That's what got me kicked out of the country because I was on tour with Jules Santana from Dipset, brought my artists back down here because we came to pick up some Mitchell & Ness jerseys. We go back across the border and they're like, oh, well, how do you guys know each other? We're on the same record label. They saw I own the record label and they're like, oh, you don't have the right work permit here to work in Canada. Kicked me out of the country, like instantly. He got dropped off at the border because they wouldn't allow me to cross, and I literally had to come back to the States. That's what stopped my rap career. Let me ask you,
when you compare their Canadian, the rap music, the scene, the music scene, and you compare it here, what's the difference?
Here is more, the United States is geared more towards like thug music, if I have to, try to like stereotype it, where we talk about gun violence or we talk about like the drug game, we talk about the hustle game. Artists coming out of Canada are geared more towards what we as DJs would call it backpack rap. So for example, like there was an artist, his name was Kyprios, who was really big at his time, and like his hit song that was being played on their version of Cube 93 was a song about the Pita Pit. And so like, unless you're from the island, you wouldn't know what Pita Pit was, but it literally is, it's kind of similar to like our Chipotle or what is it, the Qdoba or Qdoba. Like it was like this, like it was literally like this little like pita restaurant that makes pitas and sandwiches and shit like that. And he made this song, and it just, people ate it up because everybody from the island was like, oh, he's fucking with the pita pit. Oh yeah, I done been there a million times after getting out the club. So like for them, they got behind the record, and the record started making moves, and he blew up off the song. So here, if that record was to get played, we'd be like, what kind of fucking shit is this? Like it wouldn't even register for us.
So why do you think Drake was so big then? Because Drake is like that to me.
Drake,
he's like he's definitely the opposite of shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Yeah.
All that. You know, he really just makes music that you don't mind playing. You know, he makes that type of music. So why do you think he had that type of impact?
So it's funny you mention that, because that's what I'm actually addressing on the record. Because when I was talking about Drake, I was like, yeah, Drake, the only reason you blew up was because I got kicked out of the country. Because if I wouldn't have got kicked out of the country and I'm on the same, like, and I was telling Mama D this too, like, I performed on their version of Good Morning America. So like I was the only rapper to ever go live on national television that was broadcast across the United States, or across all of Canada. But if I would have stayed on my trajectory from where I was at, Drake probably would have never been who he is today. But like I said, I digress, because Drake did his thing. I'm not knocking him for that. But I think from being in Canada for the 10 years that I think what really helped him was that he wasn't like, so you have to understand like all the Canadian rappers at that point. So we had people like Shock Claire, we had Bacardi, Cardinal Official was his name. He did a song called Bacardi Slang.
I remember Cardinal Official. I remember.
So he was.
He had a single. He had a single that, or a song that was out. That was.
Yeah.
That was. Is he Jamaican?
I don't know. I don't. He was out of Toronto, but
yeah, I remember that name.
So Shock Claire, Cardinal Official were both coming out of Toronto prior to Drake coming out, but they were more like, they were kind of the leaders of the hip hop culture out of Canada. But there's like, Cardinal Official was more like Busta Rhymes, so he kind of had that like swang in his voice, you know, where like he I don't know if he was Jamaican, but he had some type of a dialect that wasn't traditional English, so people could fuck with him. Shock Claire was really more kind of abstract with his bars, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't really like drug bars, he wasn't really, you know, hustle bars, so he kind of found his own niche and kind of rode that wave. So like, they were coming out of Toronto. The only people who were coming out of the West Coast was myself, Swollen Members, if you know who they are. Kiprios was another one that was coming out. There's a couple other artists like Subway and I forget the other cast's name, but the big hitters was like Swollen Members and, you know, Rob the Viking, but their styles were very abstract. Like Swollen Members was a black guy, dreads, then you had this white guy who was actually kind of the harder hitter out of the two. And so like just their styles, and so like to your point, I think the reason that Drake kind of blew up was because he had more of a US style, but he found his own way lyrically to make it work for him, where it was almost kind of like that kind of backpack rap, like lyrical abstract kind of flow, but he catered it more towards like what we did in the States, which is why he got signed with Lil Wayne and then took off from there. But when
he's talented, and that's one thing you can't take from him. Like, whether you're a fan or not a fan, you know, he's talented. Yeah. Like, you know, he understands. He understands, and he has, you know, it's his lane. Once again, you know, Drake and I talk about fuck with some bitches.
Yeah. And he was on the
artist who went away from that is where he went wrong. Like, fuck with bitches and being emotional. Yeah. Because that's really, you know, like he's great at provoking those type of feelings, and you know, he's great at what he do. So I ain't gonna take nothing from him. You know, he's never been like nobody that I really considered somebody that I like fuck with all like that. But I would never knock a nigga's talent. Like, nigga, nah, nigga dope. Like, nigga, watch your bitch around him, nigga. He's that dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's dope, so you can't take nothing from him. Yeah. But yeah, he's just, you know, he does him, and you know, and I think some of that shit that he been doing, they caught up with him, and you know, he handled some shit, you know, he should have handled it a little bit different.
Yeah.
He should have immediately got back to getting that business and doing what he been doing, getting other niggas business DMs and doing what he do. He should have just went back to that. And you know, him trying to play this other person.
Yeah. When he was on the singing aspect of it, he got a lot more play than when he tried to go bar for bar as a rapper per se.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause that ain't, you know, and you know, that ain't what he do. You know, that's not his lane. That's not who he is as a person. So when you are who you are and you do what you do, some of this shit just come natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have to be told, you know, this is how I attack, this is how I move. But if that ain't who you are, now you trying to do something that you don't do. Like you wasn't brought up like that. That ain't how you move. So you know, sometimes you can win the battle, but when it comes to certain people or whoever, you always win the battle by being you.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never win by being somebody else. So he should have stuck with being him, and it might have not been as bad. He might not be where he at right now, but you know, he trying to be somebody else, and nigga get that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over. So.
Drake, take note. You heard it from Trayblac. You should have stuck to your lane and do you wouldn't have had those problems.
You fuck somebody else's bitch like you didn't do anything. and wrote about that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what he do. But yeah, it's good. It's good.
But on a different note, every time I see you got a different swag. So I'm kind of curious from a fashion perspective. How do you go about putting your fits together? You know what I'm saying? Like do you go through what is it the Esquire magazines, or like how do you come about you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if y'all know this, but he's got the threes on right now, you know, with the fly plaid, and you know he's got the Billionaire Boys Club on. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't really know who Billionaire Boys Club is or how that came about. So I'm just curious, how do you go about putting your fits together?
You know, that's, you know, I don't know, there's no method to it when you think about it. Like, I guess it depends on where I'm going for one.
Okay.
Obviously. You know, if I'm going to, depending on what the event is, you know, obviously, you know, that's Simon.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta come like this, come like that. But like outside of that, like, you know, I wake up like everybody else. I don't like this, I don't want to put this on, I'm gonna do this now, this don't go with this on. You know, no, I like that. I didn't put on 2-3 pair of shoes. Like, there's no method to it. Okay. It's just, you know, how I'm feeling that day. You know, how I'm looking at it, how I see it, how I feel. You know, I might.
Okay, so not necessarily from a day perspective, but for example, okay, let's just put it like this. Most black men don't typically gravitate towards buying a pair of plaid pants.
Right.
So when you go out and you see them, you're like, "Oh, I'm copping those." How is it just because they were different, or was it more like, "Oh, I think I'm a fuck heavy with these, and I'm a find a way to rock it." Okay.
It's a little bit of both. I
Okay.
like them. I don't know when I'm gonna wear them. I don't know how I'm gonna wear them.
So you just buy them and then just.
I'm gonna get them. Yeah, I'm gonna get them because I know I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna work them at some point. You know?
Yeah.
So there's not or I know you know, sometimes you know you about to go do something, so you're just like, oh, okay, boom, I know I want to come and be, and then you know you don't ever want to show nowhere in whoever, you know, there's 10,000 other niggas in there, and you might possibly got the same outfit.
Right.
So you always want to be unique about how you put it together. So you might be like, I'm gonna mix this with this, with this, and with that, and it's gonna make it one of one because it's just me. And you ain't put this together, not like this.
Right.
So you know, so you always want to be one of one. No matter what you're doing, no matter, you know, outside of just going to go play some basketball or something but when you step out, you know, you want to have your own style, you want to have your own look. You know, I'm not super young.
Yeah. I'm
not super old. So it's like, okay, I gotta be in the middle.
Yeah.
I want to be grown. I want to, you know, when I move, when you see me, I want you to see me and be like, man, I like how you move. I like how you dress, really fly, but I ain't no kid. I ain't finna be running around here with my Nike Tech sweatsuit, nigga, down my ass and shit. Like, come on now, you did, you know, so, and, you know, just like music, it's the same. It's like your personality, who you are. It all comes back to that. The style, I tell my son, man, you create the style. You create the look. That's how you rock it. It ain't about, I don't care if you got on some 3s, 2s, 1s, I don't give a fuck if you got on some Pumas. You make the style. How you rock it and how you move that's what says if it's popping, you make it pop. So so it's like, create your own image, create your own style. Don't follow the trend.
Yeah.
Make your own, be unique to yourself, and that's what I do when I get up in the morning. Man, I don't be thinking about trying to keep up with,
Yeah.
I just be really getting up in the morning, and when I come out, I'm gonna talk shit to my son. Like, oh, that's how you got it. That's how you did it. That look regular. That's how you moving, son. Come on, man, you flyer than that. So I try to just stay ahead of my son. To talk shit with my son. Because he's fly, he's dope. He does, he's super dope. He's super filthy. So that's really who I'll be in competition with.
Okay. Okay.
All right, but I can't let him get me. Because he's waking up, he's gonna get on my head. So that's really what it is. It really, I'll just be me. I don't know if it's gonna work. It may not work, but I'm gonna walk outside like it's working. I'm gonna walk outside like it's working. It's working for me right now. So
yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I ain't never seen you in an outfit that looked regular. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really kind of what made me think about it. Cause like, especially like even for me, like I spend a lot of time like trying to put outfits together for like music videos or what I'm saying. This right now is probably me being more regular if I had to pick anything. Cause like I just I was setting up production sets, so I was running around my head cut off. But typically speaking, I'm like I spend a lot of time trying to find like different pieces that aren't regular, what I'm saying, so I can put in my wardrobe. So
and that's just getting dressed, getting how you put yourself together is really just a reflection of your personality, of who you are. That's all it is. Like I got some partners, man, that be wearing some crazy shit, and only they can do it. And when they do it, they do it.
Yeah,
it works. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not wear it because it ain't gonna work for me like that. But bro's doing it, and he's making it work.
Yeah,
he's working it. So you can't care about you can't try to keep up with the Joneses or care about what somebody's gonna think. You gotta rock it. Whatever you wear, I don't give a fuck what it is. You gotta wear that and rock it and walk out like what?
Yeah, with confidence.
Like nigga, you ain't on, you're tripping.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta, and then go from there.
Yeah, I was wearing. I have these blue Gucci. They're studded. They're like diamond studded, and I was wearing them one day, and there was this white guy. He sees me,
an extra, huh?
and I'm in the elevator with him, right? I'm just minding my own business. I'm looking at my cell phone or whatever, and he looks at me and he's like, man, and he's not looking at me. He's like, man, and he's like, I like your shoes, but
there's a lot going on.
He's like, man, I don't know if I have he was stuttering. He was trying to figure out like what word he was gonna use, but he's like, yeah, I don't know if I've got the manhood to rock those. And I was like, hey man, you just gotta step out your comfort zone and try something different. And when you try something different, then you're like, oh, people actually like it. I'm getting compliments.
But listen, you can be wearing some shit. It ain't gotta be Gucci, ain't gotta be none of that. It could just be something that you like.
Yeah.
It might be a no name, or it might be a up and coming whoever. And if you're rocking it and you're rocking it with an attitude and a swag,
yeah, that's what makes the difference. Yeah,
it changes the game. Like, and really that's all it is. Really, people people that set the trends. It's not because they're rocking something that is really dope. They're rocking it in a way with an attitude and a swag about themselves, their confidence.
Yeah.
So when you see them, you're like, oh, I want to dress like that. And I'll be seeing some shit like Kanye. Fuck with Kanye. He's wild. I'm not wearing that shit. Only he can do that. Them boots and shit anyway. I wouldn't even try. Like, Kanye can get away with that. Like, that's Kanye. So certain people can just do, it's all about you, how you move, how you are as a person, how you see yourself, where's your self-confidence, where's your love for yourself, and where's your, your self-identity, how do you move and how do you think? That's all that matters. I don't give a fuck if you came out here with a regular shirt, with nothing, and just regular. I mean, if you come out with the right swag and the right confidence and right attitude, it's going to be the dopest shit in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers going to see it and be like, I want to dress like that.
Yeah.
And you just came out with some old jeans on, now they want to be like that. So really it's just, it's all about who you are, how you move, how you, that's it.
So do you bring that same swag to the basketball court?
Yes.
So like
I don't believe in losing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm losing in nothing.
so like what kicks you wear on the basketball court? Do you wear J's or you wear something different?
I wear J's. I'm old school. I wear J's. My son, they wear, nowadays they wear, I don't know what that shit is. They be wearing the James Hardens and all the ones with no ankle support, none of that shit. I'm Jordan, man. We gonna wear Jordan like that. I'm going to hoop. I put the Jordans on because I'm going to be like Jordan out here on this court. So they want to be like James Harden.
Yeah. I
want to be like Jordan. So I wear Jordans when I step out of the court. But yeah, I love the hoop. That's what I do. I really do. I'm a little older now, so I can't. My crossover ain't as quick as it used to be. But it's effective. It still works. It still works.
It's funny you mention that because I wonder, like, when you mention like the Hardens, I don't ever see nobody like step out on the court in bronze. You know what I'm saying? Like
they don't.
I was sitting there thinking about it, like, damn, when
they don't. I'm gonna tell you, listen, they wear James Harden. They wear what's my guy in Memphis.
Oh, the Morants.
They wear the Morants. They wear who else? Those are like one of the Paul, a little bit of Paul George. I don't know. He just fell off, so they ain't really they fuck with him like that. Who else? It's just a different time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me because I be like, you ain't gonna wear no Jordans. You like for real? You about to wear those? They don't match them no more. They just wear whatever color. It don't matter. They don't got matching jersey, none of that. So, it's just a different time. They like the Hardens and all them different ones. And me personally, if I step out on the court, I'm just Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm finna fly.
Yeah.
I
just picked up a pair of the Tatums to go and hoop in.
They ugly.
Yeah. But
all them shoes to me are ugly. Like the Tatums are. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get it, man. It was like I don't get it. But
they're, I will say
I'm not 14.
Yeah, they're not as comfortable as Jordans either. I just actually speaking of kick game, I just picked up the Kobe Christmas 9s. Lucked out, walked in. Hey, you got these?
The Kobe's?
Yeah, the Kobe high tops. Y'all don't realize, man, Kobe's right now, they are hard shoes to find. If you find them, get them.
You're right, I get that. They're ugly though.
The Christmas ones?
I fuck with Kobe, so all the Kobe people out there, please don't be. Man, them is the ugliest shoes. Like, come on, man, let's stop playing. Just stop playing.
But it's like you said.
You thought that was dope?
Hey,
or you just got them because you thought like maybe down the line, like these are exclusive.
Well, I bought them because
What's
one
Adidas.
No, the Nike.
The Nikes?
The Kobe's, the high top Kobe's. But
I don't even know which one you're talking about. I can tell you right now, I can damn near guarantee you. Did a poll right there.
Hey, but I will say, I pulled them out for the first time a couple of days ago, and I was out.
You said, what are those?
Nah, man, people was fucking with them. They was like, I had literally 5 people stop me in a matter of an hour and was like, yo, those are hard. And one of them was this old white lady, and she was like, she walks up, you know how white people are around black people, right? I'm out in Issaquah, so we already know it's trouble. So she literally was with her shopping cart in Costco, and she was like walking hella slow, and she waited for me to catch up to her. So she wasn't moving fast. She was like, kind of just, she waited for me to catch up to her, and she looks down at my shoes, and she was like, those look expensive. I was like,
the old white lady said.
The old white lady said to me, she was like, those look expensive.
That's why I would have been expecting that.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, I had to just was like, I was smiling. I was just like, well, thank you. I appreciate you checking my shoes out. But but yeah, man, like literally, I had 5 people stop me. But I'm like, man, if they knew the history behind this shoe, they'd have been like, yo, where the fuck did you get those from? How long have you had those? Because they came out 10 years ago. So for me to find them at a Foot Locker, just walked in and they just happened to have them on the shelf. I was like, yo, you got those? Cool. I bought them. No questions asked. But yeah, I wasn't really a Kobe fan. I was always a Jordan fan. You know what I'm saying? And like I used to think Kobe was like arrogant.
So let me ask you this then. LeBron. Kobe.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. How do you rank them?
Jordan, Kobe. LeBron.
Third.
Nah, he don't even register to me.
You know?
Nah.
Not at all?
No. Because you got to think about it. Jordan changed the game, right?
Absolutely.
With what he did with Nike. Kobe his mentality has never been reduplicated by anybody. LeBron ain't even my top 5. You got Bill Russell. Bill, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, did you watch Bill Russell? Let's just keep it real. Listen. I started really watching basketball 90s.
Yeah.
Just, like really understanding the game, knowing what was going on. Like I knew about Bill Russell, but I wasn't not from that era. Nigga. I wasn't in the 70s and the 80s. I wasn't watching that shit. Not like that. In the 90s, late 80s, the 90s, I really was able to watch basketball and know what was going on. I knew what the defense was. I knew, I'm 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. I knew. So when people get talking about Bill Russell and all that shit, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Now, when we get talking about LeBron, LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe, I think why I think Kobe, Michael's always gonna be the GOAT is because it's not just 6 championships, right? That who's gonna be able to just three-peat twice?
right.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy. But I think it was everything about him that changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
The tongue out, the shoes, you know what I'm saying? The cigars, him. There was no him before him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So like you can't really. Now, all around basketball player,
Yeah.
LeBron. That's if we just go by stats. If you go by stats, all around basketball player, LeBron is he's leading in every category. Can't take that from him. Clearly, he's the better all around. All around.
All right. So here's
not the same as being the GOAT, but all around basketball player.
Here's the question though. He didn't play in an era with the Detroit Pistons and the.
He played in the era with the Boston Celtics with KG. He had to go through them guys. See, like you can't see people won't always be like, oh well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Listen, nigga, to be a champion, you go against the best.
Yeah.
There's no era where motherfuckers ain't the best. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Jordan went up against motherfuckers, he was getting his ass knocked down.
Yeah.
Nigga, LeBron had to go get knocked down. Nigga had to go get some help. So like in every era, there are motherfuckers that are just, they're dope.
Yeah.
Jordan had to get through, the Detroit Pistons, and he had to go through all that shit. Nigga get knocked down. Nigga go through. Nigga LeBron had to go through Paul Pierce, KG. He went through San Antonio Spurs. Nigga, San Antonio Spurs. Nigga, that's one of the greatest teams. That team went up.
Yeah.
Nigga, can you name who was on the team with LeBron? Name another 4 niggas that came out there. You see what I'm saying? But everybody that was in the start lineup for San Antonio Spurs, you can't name another 4 niggas that he drug out there. What are we talking about, nigga? Yeah, he got knocked down. Them all niggas whooped his ass. Like, come on, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Name any of the niggas. I'll name them. I know them because I watch basketball. Nigga, I can tell you. Nigga, none of the niggas was in the league after LeBron left. They left. They was gone, nigga. They got no more contracts, no more nothing. Nigga was a rap. So what are we talking about, man? Get that man his prime when it comes to that. He drugged them niggas here out. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, but when you ask the question about it though, about like Jordan, and Kobe and all that, you have to. It's what premise are you asking the question? Because when I look at the tops, like for me, I'm thinking like looking at their legacy as far as like how many championships and that kind of caliber, as opposed to like the overall stats, you know what I'm saying? But you think about it though, Jordan and Kobe both didn't play in the league as long as LeBron. So if you're at the top of your game like that and you stay in the league twice as long, you should have those stats.
But you can't knock a nigga because of his longevity.
Oh, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not
longevity, that speaks to his greatness.
Yeah.
To be able to still be around.
He got greatness, but ain't nobody rocking his kicks on the basketball court.
But listen,
Hey.
you live in this. I get what you're saying, and that's another reason why Mike is the GOAT. Like there's certain things about him that are just different.
Yeah.
That nobody would ever be able to do what Jordan does. Like, come on, man, he can take these off the market, wait 6 years, put them back out and charge me $500.
You still gonna buy them?
You the motherfucking goat, my nigga. Because I'm going to go right on down there and get them. You see what I'm saying?
As long as they got my size.
Like, what are you talking about, nigga? You the motherfucking goat, nigga. Like, he's the only one that can do that.
Yeah.
And I don't care what shoe we talking about.
Yeah.
I don't care who we talking about. Nobody can do what Jordan does. He takes the same shoe and releases them every 10 year, and then when 7, 8 years, and put the same shoe back out.
Yep.
They're gonna wait outside. He's the GOAT when it comes to that. Like, he's the GOAT. So, you know, shit gotta be in this perspective. Like, there's just certain things that Jordan did that nobody will ever be able to surpass. Nobody will ever be able to do. Nobody will ever have the impact that he has. So when you try to compare LeBron to him, it's like, man,
different category.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just in different lanes, you know. And LeBron is great. He's the greatest of all time in his own lane. Because ain't nobody been around. He's he's been in the league 22 years. He's 40-something years old. He's averaging 27 points, 7 rebounds, and whatever else.
Yeah.
So
before we go, what do you think about the Luka trade? Like,
nigga, that was dope. Nigga, only the Lakers can do that. The Lakers do all, nigga. They get away with everything, nigga. They get away with everything. The Lakers, they're the only one. They always end up with the star.
Yeah.
I know AD's like, fuck, nigga, I got played. I will. Nigga, I would have traded your ass too for Luka in a heartbeat. I would have traded you in a heartbeat for Luka. That white boy feels me. That white boy, he down there killing right now.
Yeah,
he about to get big too. He about to be bigger than everything. He's playing for the Lakers. And LeBron's off the ball. Nigga, that's the other thing about PC. People got he's like, man, go work. People said they wasn't gonna work with him and Kyrie.
Right.
They wouldn't want a champion. Like, you know, so when people talk that shit about LeBron, I'm like, he can play with anybody. His greatness is, you know, that's a superpower when you're able. I can mess with anybody. You put me in a room in any situation, nigga, I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna get my money as I go, and I'm gonna make everybody around me great. That's what makes him great, because ain't nobody never been around LeBron and not been great.
Right.
That's like, everybody don't got that. Jordan didn't have that. Everybody around Jordan wasn't great. He was punking niggas. He was doing his thing, but he like, oh, y'all want to act right? I'll score 50 by myself. Kobe's like that too.
Yeah.
LeBron takes motherfuckers that you would never know. They would never even have a contract. Makes them great. That's a talent.
Yeah.
That's a greatness. That's something that you have to respect. And that's something that is, you know, when you think about it, would you rather have a killer on your team or somebody who makes everybody on your team a killer?
Yeah, that's true.
Or you just got one killer?
Yep. That's
versus having 7 killers. Because this nigga's making everybody a killer.
Yeah, they're doing
Which one you want?
They're doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which one you want? You know, you want a motherfucker that's gonna make everybody around you great? Because that's what a boss does. The boss makes sure everybody eats. Everybody's looking good. Everybody's great. Everybody's balling. Everybody's good. Or you just want a killer. You know, you got one killer, nigga, yeah. So then, nigga, I can knock him off, nigga, then what? The other 4 or 5 niggas can't do shit.
Yep.
So, you know, just depends on what you like and how you see it. You know what I'm saying? They're all great in their own way. So I think sometimes, you know, you try to compare, how you gonna compare a nigga from nigga that's playing right now to a nigga that played in the 90s? And you talking about what? Come on, man, there's 2 different people. You know, don't judge me based off of somebody else. Judge me off of me, because I'm me. LeBron is LeBron, nigga. Jordan is Jordan. Nigga, there's never gonna be another Jordan.
Yeah.
Just like there'll never be another LeBron.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, sometimes, you know, people gotta just push it in their proper perspective. But I say that, like I said, nigga, Kobe, Mike, killers. LeBron, he makes everybody around him a killer.
Different
So
perspective.
what do you want? How you want it?
And speaking of that, we're out of time. Trayblac in the building.
We be going over time.
Catch you on the next one.
Take it, take it, take it. We be going over time. We be going over time.